Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about crossing the ethical line.
Ho, ho, ho. This is a good one. I've been looking forward to this because this has happened to us.
Yeah.
And it's important to talk about so you are aware of it and you see it and you watch it and you know what to be looking for. And then also little things to make sure you don't accidentally cross that line because you don't want to ever be in that position.
Exactly. Before we get into it, though, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free, and as you're listening or watching us on YouTube, please drop your questions into the comments section below.
Landrove, that's his website, I know, his company, Landrove asks, "Hi all, new guy here. I have a list of 5-acre vacant properties in a county in California. I removed duplicates, land owned by the U.S. government and the state of California, city-owned properties, as well as land conservatory groups. There were a lot. The list went down from 1,200 lines to about 800. I now have the ability to cut and paste the raw APNs into the county web GIS map. They show up as little squares all over the county. That gives an idea where the properties are and the concentration. Now that I know the approximate location, does it make sense to send out a mailer with customized pricing based on an area/city, or just do it by the whole county? Am I creating too much work for myself?"
Well, this is,
Love this
you know,
question.
Jill and I say this all the time. It's real obvious who's going to do really well at this, and or not so well. Really, in the beginning, and you're going to do great.
Yeah.
I think you said he was new, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, this is not a waste
New
of
but
time.
smart.
This is not a waste of time at all. And Jill and I are constantly saying, you know, this is a waste of time over here. This thing over here is a waste of time. You're not going to have to worry about this.
Right.
This is exactly what you're supposed to spend time on. Scrubbing data and getting the right offers to owners in the mail, and the document presented correctly, because it's going to yield transactions. So if you see data, like by plotting it all out around one county, and you see that the northeast quarter is priced differently than the southeast corner, I mean, you're going to dramatically increase your success yield on that mailer. So congratulations, man. You are on the absolute right path to being successful at this.
You're not creating too much work. I mean, This is the stuff this is what we talk about. This is what you should be spending time on. Sitting there and figuring out that, like he just said, that you'll start to see a pattern, and you can get into census tracts, like when we do it with houses. You'll see subdivisions priced differently. So that's kind of what you're already starting to see in Landrove, is you're seeing, all of these over here, look how they're priced. And now I know to shift. I might offer, $900 an acre over here. And over here, I'm going to offer, $600 an acre.
Could be dramatic, too.
It could be something real different. And by, like what Steven said, by doing that, it's going to increase your yield. You'll have a better strike percentage because you're really getting in there and sending the right people good, reasonable offers.
Think about where you live right now.
Yeah.
The property that's on the block where you live, I bet 3 blocks over, there's just real different pricing per square foot. That's just the nature of real estate markets. So, no, the more you can hone in on that, the better.
Exactly. Getting ready for houses, too, by the way.
Yeah, you think about somebody like this guy. Can you imagine where he's going to be in 10 years? How he prices mailers? How intelligent, just how he's thinking about it?
Right. It's awesome.
Today's topic, crossing the ethical line. This is the meat of the show.
This is not about how to cross the ethical line. I would like to say this is what to watch out for, to make sure it doesn't happen to you, by the way, number one. And then number two, what you need to do to make sure you never cross the ethical line. And my first go-to is, if there's a question about whether it's ethical or not, if you're asking yourself, then please err on the side of caution.
Absolutely.
And don't even go there.
Exactly.
Don't even, it's not worth it. Don't risk it. You always want to do the right thing. We say this often. You want to do the right thing even if it costs more money. And I don't mean just in buying and selling property, but in your business. And I mean, the connections that you make, you want to be an ethical person. You want people to want to run and do deals with you because you're that guy. You don't want to be that guy. Right?
Yeah.
So, what do you want to say about this?
Say that, just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Always tell the truth as a seller, or as a buyer, tell the truth.
Right.
Jill and I have, here's a great example of crossing the ethical line when we've been on the other side of the transaction, obviously. And we don't do business with this person anymore. He did it to us twice on pretty big deals where we go in, we negotiate a price per property. Both these were multi-unit transactions, a price per property, and it's all done, and we got escrow and the whole thing, and we're like 3 weeks down the road, and it's the last minute, right? We're ready to literally the last 5 minutes of the deal. He changes the price.
Yeah.
He says, because we're selling property, I'm not going to sell it to you. I'm not going to buy it for $580 a property. I'm going to buy it for $480. Ha.
Something.
Ha ha. I won.
Yeah.
Like
Is it the 11th
like
hour?
a 3-year-old.
That's mean. That's unethical, and we stopped doing. Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. We stopped doing business with that
And
guy.
I caught up with him. So he's called us a year later and say, hey, do you have any more? I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
We're not doing anything.
You
with
got to be kidding me. I mean, I'm going to what? Keep you on my A-list because of that?
Exactly.
No way.
No.
So did he do anything illegal? No. The name of the show is not,
That's true.
crossing the illegal line. That's not the name of the show.
Unethical.
It's ethical.
Right. That was really unethical.
Here's some general real-world advice. Always disclose what you know about the property that you're selling. Always. Now, if you want to spend 2 or 3 hours collecting information on the property that you own, please be prepared to have a tremendously long, large posting on the internet and disclose every single thing you learn. And that's the ethical and the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And I'll leave it at that.
And if you don't know something, this is ethical. I would like to say this too. If someone asks you a question and you don't know, then it's ethical to say, I don't know. You're not expected to know, but I would take it a step further and say, I honestly don't know that. Where you can find that information is here at Planning and Zoning at the county. Here's their phone number if you even want to go that far. You don't have to, but I mean, the right thing to do would be to tell them where they can get that information. I'm not sure if you could have an RV sitting there for 365 days a year. I honestly don't know. That's one of the things that comes up that I'm not going to go that far and make the 6 phone calls to figure out on every property. I'm just not going to do that because not every person may be in that situation. So it's extra work that's not needed, but I do know where to get the answer. So if I do have a buyer who's calling and wants to know that, I direct them there and let them, they ask the questions and they find out for themselves. That is the right ethical way to do it.
Another thing that we do with rural vacant land all the time, we've been doing this for a decade, more than a decade, is we say right in the posting, and on the phone I hear our staff say it all the time, that's a great question, potential buyer. We don't have the answer, and here's why. We buy and sell a lot of real estate.
Right.
And we just don't have the time or the resources to find out those specific questions and then point them in the right direction, like Jill said. So there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. Probably not going to even go find out for you.
Right.
We just do so much business, and we're in this business that it doesn't make sense for us to find out. The RV thing is a great example, actually. Is that unethical? Absolutely not. You're totally telling the truth.
Exactly. What is unethical if you said, oh, sure, could you think, or you're assuming, or you just want to sell the property, and you just say, oh, heck yeah, you never want to do that.
You could put
now it's unethical.
The property's airport ready. You drop your own airport there.
Oh, yeah, you can do anything you want. Absolutely. It's 40 acres. I'm sure you could put a casino there. No one's going to know. Who's going to care? No, can't do stuff like that. Now we're never shoot for the hip and guess. You either know or you don't know.
You were as a real estate professional, the ethics portion of this was probably you were completed. That was all done when you were about 13 years old.
Oh,
this is not about real estate.
That's true. It's just doing the right thing.
Who you are.
101.
Yeah. Making good choices, like we tell the kids.
You had to say that. You had to bring that up. I do that with our kids. Every time they're going off somewhere, I'm like, make good choices. They're like, yeah, right. We all know how it's going to end. So that's so funny. But it does apply here. Make good choices.
Join us next time where we discuss how to start your own internet show. This is actually fun. That's going to be a lot of fun.
And we answer your questions posted on our online community, landinvestors.com. It's free.
You're not alone in your real estate ambition.
That's a good show. I think we got our point across.
Me too.
Don't you? Yes. Share the fun by subscribing. Share the fun by hitting the subscribe button on YouTube if you're watching us there. And that way you will stay up to date on our podcasts and connect us to our channel. Please like us and comment like you see in future shows. And if you're listening on iTunes, please rate us there.
We are Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.